Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, blue shirt here, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. I point that out because blue moon, full moon, it's a Tsuki focused episode, I know that, but I don't know anything else about Tsuki. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 7 of Haikyuu today.
So last episode, I believe the title was Tempo, I think.
Yep.
And OG Ukai, Grandpa Ukai came through, well, Hinata came through to him because grandson Ukai brought him there to train, to practice, and practice 3 different tempos of the quick set. Hinata, he's ended up running before Kageyama, or whoever said it, but obviously Kageyama primarily. Before he even touches the ball, he already has to be on the run. And then there's, 3 different modes to it. And Kageyama Hinata is basically doing the first tempo, or the first quick set all the time. So now they're going back to the basics, essentially. And then we have Kageyama, on the other hand, training to
Not
essentially...
the basics.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, at the end of the episode, Kageyama was starting to get the hang of it. His coach told him, I want you to ignore the rules of physics. I want it to die right where Hinata spikes it. And to me, I was thinking, like, what is he talking about? That doesn't make sense. I think it's mainly just putting less oomph on the ball. And even though it will get there quicker, it's going to have a more parabolic type of path to where the height of the parabola is where Hinata's going to spike it. But it's going to be maybe at the height or maybe a little bit to the left or right of that height for a longer period of time, thus allowing Hinata to spike it at his discretion. So without any further delay, guys, let's get into Season 2, Episode 7 of Haikyuu, right about now. Starting with the moon.
Who's of the half moon? You know.
The crescent moon.
Dawn. Moon?
Oh!
Dawn?
This is just an entire episode of One Piece references.
Wait, what does Tsuki mean about idiots can fall asleep anywhere? Is he trying to say that he can't sleep? Like black people?
Oh my god! They said the same thing last time.
Yep.
He was thinking that too. Ew.
Bruh.
No, you just... Whatever. No, you didn't. You know, this might be our team's specialty, being omnivores.
Yep.
And for him to recognize this just 2 weeks later... Oh, hill runs. Have you ever ran up a sand dune, Vontae?
Nope. But I know
sucks.
that literally...
It sucks.
Yeah, but it builds you up. Very well.
Like, when you want to talk about calf strength, hills are bad enough, but a hill sand run?
I never done a sand
Absolutely
run.
not. I did.
What you about to say, Yamaguchi? You're like in a position where you're about to say something. Yep. I don't think I ever seen Yamaguchi like talk to the upper class
Other players.
often. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I just picked up on. Go in there.
Ew. Ew.
見えないかもしんないけど、こいつ全国で5本の指に入るくらいのスパイカーだから練習になると思うよ。3本の指にはギリギリ入らないですか。もう少しブロックの練習した方がいいんじゃない？
I mean, obviously every role should be training and practicing a lot, but like, especially a middle blocker, like, dude, You are very much a catalyst of some sort for the team. Not even a catalyst, a fucking play ender.
I really love that interaction, how it was started by Kuro, because he was the one who was talking to Tsuki after their practice match previously.
I like that you picked up on that or remembered that.
Yeah. Whatever that guy's name is, he's a problem.
Kakashi! Bokuto. Damn. Diagonal too? He's literally hitting it in every single spot, if you notice. Diagonally, right in front of him, right below him.
Yes, actually. This is a major event that shook the world of Haikyuu.
Yay!
Oh. You're 6'4". You're not a growing boy. You're a growing man-child. I just want to like shake this man. I know he's probably got trauma, and I know that this is again Furudate doing this on purpose, but he's actually pissing me off right now. What would be really interesting if I had to take a guess of why he is like he is? What if he has like severe anxiety? That's something that I've struggled with in the past, especially when I played basketball. I had this nervous tick to where I would scrape off the skin on my fingers, on my thumbs specifically, and I'd have to often wear band-aids because I would just be so nervous. That would be my nervous tick. Older brother? Yep.
Oh, that was it. That's all we were gonna learn.
No!
We getting this endurance and stamina up though.
I would almost want to do the hill run even if I did win. That's just the type of like player I was back in high school.
No, it's not because I'm black, guys. Watch it.
Watermelon is indeed awesome. I just hate the seeds.
It almost seems like he's a bit jealous too, like that everybody else is enjoying and he can't for whatever reason, you know. It's funny how Lev, he be like getting under Hinata's skin, and sometimes he be trying to, and sometimes he just doesn't. He just Lev is just Lev. I don't know how to explain it. He's just him.
それ関係あるかわかんないですけど、うちの姉ちゃんが。
そういえばさ、合宿の試合の時名前聞こえたんだけど。
You just know everybody, huh?
今のカラス。そう、その頃のバレー部に。
Look at that. Inherited will. This is One Piece, the volleyball edition. Oh my god. Can we win one? Just one. I don't think we win a single set this whole week.
Yamaguchi, 前よりサーブいい感じになってきたな。
ありがとうございます。
俺はもっと成功率上げないとな。だった日向が日に日に成長するのを人一倍感じるんだろうな。でも俺は負けるつもりはないよ。
5 o'clock.
なるほど。カバーカバー。
Okay, not so bad this time. A lot closer. Who you gonna bench? Ukai, who you gonna bench?
You gonna bench your captain? You're gonna bench your libero. Or are you just a hypocrite?
But let's be so real right now. Hinata is not going to injure Asahi. It's not happening.
This is Asahi's.
It's funny how I was just talking about that. I didn't mean it like this, but about Asahi's moment.
All right.
Okay.
Power! Shout out, Lemillion.
Look at Reiner and Connie. For different reasons.
Guys, we watch a lot of shows. We're gonna make these jokes all the time.
Sasuke, 大丈夫?
No, I'm not Daijobu.
いいよ大丈夫だから
His mentality reminds me of the phrase, is it better to have loved and to have lost, or to have never loved at all? Because it's almost like he's afraid of failure, so he won't strive for success.
付き合わないすみません
Hinata's like, can I do it? Can I do it? I want to be a blocker.
なんでお前袋谷のエースの人と知り合いのもったいない。
うるさいな僕は君と違ってスタミナバカじゃないんだよ
Stop capping. Y'all been building up stamina this entire week or two. Like,
They're literally the team that get the most stamina this week.
じゃなきゃカラスのに来ない
exactly. You don't hate it.
山口は
He might just not love it.
山口なら
Whether he never loved it or he doesn't love it anymore. That's the question.
I just want to know
Damn, that
more.
felt quick.
That's it?
That felt like 16 minutes.
Whatever.
Suki,
IQ
Suki,
giveth,
Suki, Suki, Suki.
IQ taketh.
And I think it is really cool to have a character like that, though. Because like we see the complete opposite end of the spectrum with guys like Hinata and Kageyama, and then we see like the third years, you know, they're like towards that end too, where they just want to keep playing, and then you have the people who just like volleyball on a normal level. So you get to kind of get into the entire spectrum for all these players and why they're playing. Some of them might want to go pro someday. Some of them might just want to do it because they enjoy it. Some might be doing it for a friend, like how Kenma and Kuro. So it's always something to look forward to, all these characters, because all of them just has a different level of wanting to play. And literally the series name is Volleyball. That's what it's about.
Emphatically. I like that you brought up the third years, because presently, and again, guys, I will acknowledge Furudate is doing this on purpose. If you were to ask a character in this universe, that being me, so let's do a little self-insert here, if Tsukishima, as a third year, as he is currently, would come back for the spring tournament, if he was in a similar situation as the third years are now, I don't think he would come back. I think he would just hang up the cleats, so to speak, and retire. And that's such a... I don't know. The phrase is, you don't know how good you have it until you've lost it or until it's over.
Yep.
I don't think Tsuki is really appreciating these moments and these games, these friendships, this team. Every year, your team is different. And even potentially halfway through the year, if the third years do decide to hang up the cleats, they could have a different team than you had last time around.
Yep.
Him seeing his brother experience that level of failure, which, if I'm to inference correctly, it's likely when they lost in Nationals. So when Tsuki was at the impressionable age that he was at, he saw his older brother experience literally the valley of sports. So it's the joy of victory, it's the despair of defeat. Like, I get it, and I don't get it. Because me personally, now that I am essentially retired, I only play sports for fun. To just have one more game. That final year when I was playing as a senior, if I could have had just one more game of soccer, one more game of basketball, I would run every day of the previous year. I'd run every day for the rest of my life. It's life. It's that knowing you don't get another.
Yep.
Again, the joy of victory, the despair of defeat.
This is literally
Tsuki,
life.
This is another valuable lesson one of our crows has to learn. I just hope we can get through his thick skull before it's too late.
Yep. Because, like, and I like that you brought that up, because it literally is a fundamental thing in life for people. So for all the people who are young here, I know that you probably like, okay, people always tell us stuff all the time, or, you know, teachers, parents, or whatever. But no, seriously, like, you know, from our perspective as adults, when you look back on anything in life, it could be the simplest thing. It could have been a day that you missed out on something, anything. It's like, why do you think people always talk about the past so much? The past really shouldn't be, not that it shouldn't be brought up so much, but like, it's the past. You can't bring it back. You lived through it already.
Can't change it.
So, exactly. So, when it comes to a time where, like, you're saying, like, with yourself, when it comes to sports, like, me too, I feel the same way about it, where I'm like, damn, if only I would have, like, just did this better, or practiced more on this, just to play one more time, just one more game, just
Once.
Everything about playing sports, because sports is, like, I would say that's one of the greatest things created in life for humanity is sports, because it's something that's like, it's something that everybody, it's like a badge of honor that everybody, no matter what sport you play, we all understand it. Regardless if you like a sport and don't like another sport, we can all still respect that sport, even if there's one that, you know, you don't really care about. But my point is, though, with anything in life that, you know, we often take things for granted, and you really have to live in the moment. You really have to. I know it's hard to, because we're always thinking about the past or thinking about the future so much. But if you live in the present time, like, imagine, and I always say this, imagine if you were able to, like, actually, truthfully live this day like it was your last. Like, it's very hard for anybody to do that, because that's like, how the hell do you actually do that? But imagine if you were to live every day like it's your last. That means you would, more than likely, right, you would end up making it the best day ever, every single day. If humans were conditioned to do that, you know how, like, successful we would all be?
How much fun you would have.
And fun. So I try to do that at times, just to, like, actually try to get my mind conditioned to do that, just to see how I feel. And it's actually really good. It's hard to keep it up, obviously, but, like, it's just one of those things to think about sometimes. You know, sometimes you might, even if it's just like one day in a week, where you, like, actually think, like, okay, if I were to die today, I don't want to make it dark. It's not dark. It's just you get my point, guys. But, like, to treat it like that, you know, like, honestly, because there's anything can happen, but if you treat it like it's your last, I promise you will enjoy that. And if you just think about what you're doing, like, if you are playing sports right now, you're in school, just keep having fun. Have fun with your friends, school, the sport, whatever you are, or if you're working, whatever it is, just enjoy it, because at some point there's going to be your last day, and then you won't be able to do it anymore. So there's that. one theory I had before it was revealed that he saw his brother like that on the ground in despair was that Tsuki had anxiety. Now, there is another phrase. I agree with it. It's a little bit of a touchy subject to broach, so I'll just rip off the Band-Aid. They say that anxiety is living in the future and depression is living in the past. As someone who has struggled with both of those in my life, I'm in a good point now, thankfully, but as someone who has essentially lived that life, sports was such a great outlet for those emotions, because you have to focus on the here and now. If you're not focusing on your current opponent, if you're living in the past, or if you're looking too far into the future, you're not going to win today. And if you don't win today, then that just compounds on the past, then you get more depressed. It's a vicious cycle. So please, Tsuki, if you were real and you could listen to me, please seize the day. Please enjoy the moment, because you're never going to get it back. So enjoy what you have now. Yep. And it's really something that I know it sounds cliche to a lot of young people, but it's like, it's so true. It's like, why do you think you hear it so much? Like, regardless if you felt like it's cliche and you just keep hearing people saying over, no, seriously, like, you don't even realize how bad it can affect you until after. Like, at the time, you don't care. It's like, whatever, it's just another day. And then once you look back, like, whoa, that one random day that I said, it didn't matter, actually could be something that could have made your life, you know, better or worse, depending on, you know, what's going on in the present time. So life lessons with Mugen Eclipse, you know, so we're going to give you guys that too. We always try to get to all the demographics here, not on purpose. It's just, hey, certain conversations come out, and that's what it is. Tsuki, shout out to the writing, Fududate. Shout out to for the writing with Tsuki, and we're gonna see what else we can get from that. So we'll see.
My last final point, and guys, if you've watched this far, thank you. I just want to say I'm a little bit hard on Tsuki at the moment because I know he can do better. Obviously, Ukai-kun thinks he can do better. Hanada thinks he can do better. Kageyama, or not Kageyama, probably. But Yamaguchi, that was my final point. He thinks Tsuki can do better. And it's just, at the end of the day, you need to do your best. You need to have fun. There needs to be a balance. You can't just be in one boat or the other. I'm just showing up, or I'm too headstrong like Oikawa. That's my final point.
All right. So you guys know the drill, man. Pull up for more Haikyuu. You guys have been pulling up. I know this series is amazing, and I cannot wait to get into a lot more stuff with this season and the next two after that, and the movie and the manga. So if you want to stay in tune, obviously subscribe to your boys. We're trying to get to that 1K this year. We're close. We're about to hit 800 right now, and 200 more, we'll be there. So with that being said, though, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video or stream, and peace.
Peace.